It's Crit 21 and Cappy, and we're back with an episode of
Ew.
the Morning Metro. It is actually, ironically, Friday the 13th.
Oh. Oh, I just saw that. Oh, I just saw that.
Yeah, we did just see that. So, but we're back with another episode on this Friday that's not spooky or not weird. And we have, of course, a couple of articles as usual to talk about. Those of us and those of you, of course, are listening by audio. Hello. Well, hopefully you're happy for us to tickle your ears again. For people who have like extra sensory perception with audio, just give you that nice ASMR. No, not really. No, I'm not gonna do that to you. That's weird. But anyway, yeah, we have a couple things to kind of cover and talk about. And I guess I'll go ahead and ask Cappy, how are you doing? How's your Friday and all that jazz?
Doing good, doing good. Have a lot of stuff planned for later today, so
Yeah.
I'm really excited about that. But so far, besides it being extremely hot here in Pennsylvania, it's just
Oof.
another day.
Yeah, it's a whole 100. I swear it feels like 111. It says supposedly it says supposedly it feels like 99. I kind of disagree. I think it's much hotter than that, but whatever. So yeah, we're just gonna kind of go ahead and jump into it. And this is now, granted, this video came out a while ago. This is about the Framework laptop. Framework is a startup company, and basically what they're trying to enable people to do is be able to upgrade their laptops with different modules as they please. And as you guys know, a lot of laptops are pre-built. Essentially, the laptop is just a glorified pre-built. And Framework is actually made up of like former ex like Apple employees and a couple other groups of people and stuff. And it was just really cool. Linus did a really good video about it. I'd play it, but then it wouldn't make any sense. And also, I might get in trouble for it. I don't know. But anyway, but yeah, their website is really cool, and it just talks about some of their products and discussing it. Actually, I went to go look at getting a Framework laptop, and when I went to check it, like something about the site wasn't available, or like I think they ended up like selling out just because Linus talked about it or something.
Yeah, I think. Let me check here.
But yeah, Cappy, you want to talk a little bit more about this keyboard, kind of what you think? Is this going to start setting a trend for laptop manufacturers to kind of wake up to modular installations that are user friendly?
I honestly think this is going to. In my personal opinion, it's kind of hard to say right now. I mean, with the whole right to repair legislation being passed,
Yes,
and stuff like that, I think big tech is going to definitely have to keep an eye out on this,
yeah.
and so forth. But I think personally, this is a good step in the right direction, especially for people who work in IT. I could definitely see where this would be a great benefactor or something similar to that nature, because I can't tell you how many Dell laptops I have to take apart, HP laptops, and they're such a pain to repair. And I think with this type of laptop and the community interaction, I think this is a really good step in the right direction. Granted, this type of laptop isn't a new concept.
Yeah, no, there's been other modular laptops in the past, right?
Yeah. There was one from Panasonic, I believe. It was either Panasonic or
a long time ago.
I think it was Panasonic. Let me double check.
I'm actually looking at the website here under the configurator option, and it's not cheap though, unfortunately, with this, because they've got they have basically, apparently they're shipping things out, I guess, in waves and batches and stuff. And under the wave 4 batch with just what I configured, so I told him one is 16 gigs of RAM, Intel Wi-Fi 6E, bring your own OS, because you can get OSs like a lot cheaper in other places. 1 terabyte NVMe SSD, it costs you around, for that little bit alone, costs you about 1,094. But
Yeah. So sorry, go ahead.
even still, that's 1,094 of modular laptop right there for yourself. So it's not entirely a bad thing that it's that much, considering what you're going to be getting in a long haul, especially being able to upgrade it yourself, I
Yeah.
think, right?
Yeah, so right now there's not many modules to choose from.
Yeah.
Granted, this laptop is still in like, okay, we're testing the water kind of phase right now.
Yeah.
And we do have a physical product that we're going to be shipping, but we need to determine how big the market is for these type of laptops.
Mm-hmm.
And going back to the Panasonic, they actually did do a laptop that's similar. It's called the Panasonic Toughbook, but
Oh,
that's for more
yeah.
for like construction and heavy traffic areas, so on and so forth. It's
Yeah.
not really meant to be consumer grade,
Mm-hmm.
whereas this framework laptop is more consumer grade friendly rather
Yeah.
than, like construction and stuff like that.
Yeah. No,
You know,
I think this is really cool because and like I've actually seen those Panasonic Tough books before. They're really cool. Like they're definitely very cool. Like if they
oh
the
yeah.
only thing is that they have integrated graphics, so it's not like no gaming, obviously, but they're definitely very cool cool laptops and stuff. So but anyway, go on with what you're saying there.
But my major concern is how are they doing like warranty claims and stuff like that? Because sometimes motherboards just die,
Yeah.
and it would be really interesting to see it on how they handle that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it's through like a third party like uh Square Trade or something similar to that nature. But I actually had when I was in college, for my networking and telecommunications technology classes, I actually for my first semester used a Panasonic Toughbook.
Oh wow.
It was actually a really neat laptop. Like
All right.
I was honestly half tempted to buy one.
Yeah, I remember seeing tough books again as I was working on them, and I was like, man, I kind of wish I had these because they just look so like
Yeah.
they look like you could take somebody out with if you really needed to.
Well,
Um,
well, what's actually interesting about the Panasonic Toughbook is that they're really the ones who really started like the two-in-one craze going on right now, like with like most laptops being able to convert and flip and
uh-huh.
stuff like that, and the stylus features, so on and
Yeah.
so forth. But they were actually the ones who really started that trend. Like because of that, we have these type of laptops now,
Mm-hmm.
which is really interesting. But
Definitely.
anyway,
Yeah.
um, but but
Go ahead.
I really am interested in to see how the framework laptop goes, because one of the nice features that they offer is that the board itself can actually be used um outside of the computer chassis. So you can
Hmm.
actually like 3D print like a case for it and use it elsewhere once the board becomes obsolete or after like 4 years or something like that.
Uh-huh.
So it really promotes like
User experience.
e-cycling
Yeah.
e-cycling and so on and so forth. And
Right.
the other nice feature that Linus Tech Tips covered is that all the screws use the same screw bit
Yay.
and the same exact screw as well. So that is a nice feature. I
Also,
absolutely love that feature.
one of the things that they mentioned in the video that Linus did was that all the computer parts have scannable QR codes that tells you which each part is and how to either install and or replace it. Which, I mean, talk about having a built-in manual. I don't know a
Yeah.
lot of laptops that have built-in manuals, and there's a lot of people who don't know what they're doing with laptops. So that is definitely a huge win.
Yeah, granted, like, it's probably if this does catch on, I think
Hmm.
we're gonna see like a lot of more right to repair movements going on and so on
Hmm.
and so forth.
Yeah.
And also the simplicity of repairing your own device, so on and so forth. Like
Yeah.
one of the nice things I loved about the old Apple iPhones is that in order to take the screen off, you just had to undo two screws at the bottom, and that's it. The
Hmm.
screen would come off automatically, and you could get inside the computer or the cell phone's internals. But now we have like glued together phones and stuff like that, which makes
Hmm.
it a lot harder to repair.
Yeah.
And also the fact that this is a glass back, so on and so forth, makes it a lot less durable.
Yeah. There's a lot of variables. So, but yeah,
I mean,
I'd like to see Nvidia join up with like framework and having swappable GPUs.
yes, I would actually love to see that.
It'd be worth
Um,
more for it to have it. It would just probably
yeah,
it would obviously be also way more expensive on top of it though.
or even AMD. Like,
Hmm.
why not both?
Yeah.
Because AMD is still is really competing with Nvidia right now and Intel on this on at the same fronts.
Yeah.
But I honestly think that this could happen because a lot of GPUs that are external and laptops can be swapped out. But the concern is that because of how laptops are made, you
Hmm.
actually have to have like a certain wattage budget, like
Yeah.
on a custom built computer.
Hmm.
And not many laptops are designed to take that kind of load.
Also, batteries on laptops are just still not the greatest, unfortunately. It doesn't seem like
Yeah.
battery technology hasn't really improved for laptops for some reason. It doesn't feel that way.
Unfortunately, right now we're at like a standstill with battery technology because there
Yeah.
haven't been many reasons why to like invest in battery technology except for like EVs, electric vehicles,
Hmm.
and so forth. I mean, look at the Tesla just announced that they redid their batteries recently and so
Hmm.
forth. But the
Yeah.
problem is that again, going back to right to repair, is that Tesla is actually doing their batteries inside the chassis, where in order to replace the battery, you had to swap out the whole entire chassis of the car.
Oof.
So
That sucks.
yeah,
Well,
I mean,
anyway,
but
yeah.
yeah,
It's a good product. I'm definitely really excited to see its evolution, see where it turns into. Hopefully this will give us more options because like laptops can get outmoded so fast. You get the latest laptop and like 6 months later it's no longer like I mean it's still working 6 months later even after maybe like 2 or 3 years, but still just being able to have the flexibility to swap parts would be super nice. So
yeah.
but anyway, that was something cool that we found and want to talk about it. And I think this next article will be a good segue. Ransomware, the Print-nighmare vulnerability continues. Part 3, 4,
Yeah, part three.
part 3.5.
Sure.
All right, go ahead and talk about why we're still talking about this and why this is still an issue.
So recently, Windows, I want to say like maybe 2, 3 weeks ago, Windows introduced an emergency patch for their Windows Print Spooler service.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, that patch didn't resolve those issues
Oof.
and made more vulnerabilities exposed.
Oh, fun.
Um, so now we have cyber criminals or cyber criminal organizations such as Vice Society, and I'm trying to find the other one, and not CrowdStrike. Sorry, I'm looking for it here.
You good?
Uh, Monjber. Uh, yeah,
What a
that's
name.
yeah. Don't hack us, please.
Yeah. Anyway, go
um,
on.
So this Windows Print Spooler service is a service enabled by default in all Windows clients and used to copy data between devices to manage printing jobs.
Mm-hmm.
This allows the attackers to run arbitrary code, enabling them to install programs, modify, change, and delete data, create new accounts with full user rights, and move laterally around networks. Now, this is according to ZDNet, or those who are in Canada, ZDNet.
Mm-hmm.
One of them is Vice Society. This group is a relatively new player in the ransomware space that first appeared in June and conducts hands-on human-operated campaigns against targets.
Oof.
This group is known to be quick to exploit new security vulnerabilities to help ransomware attacks. And according to cybersecurity researchers at Cisco Talos, they've added Print-nighmare to their arsenal of tools for compromising networks.
Oof.
Usually, what they've been exploiting is actually small to medium networks, so such as like school districts, government buildings, so on and so forth.
Yeah.
So I think this might become a major problem down the road because I think we're gonna have like WannaCry levels of damage like we had back in 2014, 2015, if I recall correctly.
WannaCry is that old? No, WannaCry was in 2019 or 2018 at least. I know it was released in 2019.
I think it was 2017, if I recall correctly.
I don't know. They all get to be the same basically. So yeah. I guess the question that people might be asking, or I would be asking, is okay, so what's Microsoft gonna do about it?
They're still looking into it to figure out how to do the patch. But you can actually disable the Windows Print Spooler service, and you can install third-party services as well.
Yeah, but like the problem is disabling a Print Spooler service is that like we kind of need to print things. You know, printing things isn't, you know, and to like go in there, disable or not using it, go in, re-enable it, and then use it, and then go back and disable. That's a lot of extra steps that people wouldn't want to like do or run or like have to worry about.
Yeah, that is true. I mean, would you rather be secure and go through the extra steps, or be vulnerable and have your personal information stolen?
Well, the only question is, I guess, like you would have to ask is, because last I understood, this only affected people who printed like remotely, like outside their network to their home network, right?
That was originally thought, but it's actually on the network itself.
But people have to, don't people have to go to, I mean, how do you even get ransomware stuff? Don't you have to go to like a shady website or something to get that stuff? It's not like it just gets arbitrarily installed on your computer unless you're doing something stupid. I don't know how this would even get installed to begin with.
That is a good question. I mean, as long as they can gain access to the Windows Print Spooler service and attack it with code, they can get into any network. So
I guess just be vigilant, be careful what websites you go to, I suppose.
Yeah.
What you download. So, yay, more vulnerabilities. That's fun. So anyway, yeah, that's something. Just, you know, 3.5 of Print Spooler attacks. Yay. So kind of moving a little bit to like, I guess some kind of eSports stuff, as I'm still attempting to learn how to talk about this stuff. This was kind of interesting. So this comes from esportsinsider.com. The headline article on it says FTX named official cryptocurrency exchange of LCS, which is League of Legends Championship Series. And I'm assuming it doesn't look like there's an abbreviation for what FTX is, from what I gather. But so I'm gonna kind of just read through the article to kind of get a better idea of what is going on with this to make it easier. The League of Legends Championship Series, LCS, has named FTX its official cryptocurrency exchange partner, representing Riot's biggest esports league sponsorship agreement to date. As part of the 7-year partnership, FTX will present new Most Improved Player Award, and FTX branding has been added to in-game gold across all LCS matches. Financial terms are not disclosed. Riot explained the partnership in an official blog post, citing the consumer interest. At the forefront of every LCS championship, we consider the sentiment and interest of our fans, the company said. This data strongly informs our decision-making process, helping us hone in on partners who are relative to our audience and can elevate the LCS for years to come. Those metrics pointed to a direct interest in the cryptocurrency category, where FTX stands out as an innovative, thoughtful leader in a space our fans understand. Together, we've only just begun to press our advantage. The deal immediately raised eyebrows from esports community, and this announcement comes just months after LCS denied TSM from using FTX branding. So, source told .com eSports, as part of the deal, Riot will have the ability to remove the branding assets on application or on applicable international broadcasts where cryptocurrencies are strictly regulated. On the contrary, editing physical assets such as logos on a TSM jersey is not plausible. Fans will begin to see FTX branding across LCS this weekend. The cryptocurrency exchange made its first debut in June with TSM partnership. Esports Insider says cryptocurrency and NFT marketplace make for trendy esports partners as of late, but not all fans are on board. In addition to environmental concerns, Riot risks looking like a hypocrite, denying the team the ability to advertise a crypto partnership only to cash in later. Crypto marketplace places are often treated in the same category of risk of alcohol and gambling, which requires international broadcasts and tournaments to be carefully censored in certain regions. Now I'm gonna be honest, that sounds like a lot of jargon. I'm not really sure what they're trying to get out of it. I guess just somehow making, esports like more valuable, or have crypto worth, based on wins or something. Is that what I'm kind of gathering from this?
So not totally 100% sure. I kind of spaced out.
Yeah, it just kind of it sounded interesting, but I have to go okay, let's do this.
Can you send me a link to the article?
Yeah, sure. Wow.
I was actually checking out the FTX website to see what exactly it was. So I'm actually looking at it, and it looks like a stock market kind of website. It's actually pretty cool. Like, you can see all the transactions in real time and so forth.
This is the article.
Thank
yeah,
you.
I don't know why you would need to attack. I don't see the reason for FTX to be cryptocurrency just feels like such a novelty and such a, I don't know. I don't really understand what the advantage to or because I know the way. Okay, so we're talking about. Okay, I do know that for a fact that there was something in, what was it? There's something there about in-game gold. So I know the in-game gold has to do with during matches, because you kill minions, you get gold, you go back, you spend money on items and games to help you obviously level up your champion over time, which is just a general part of League in general. So that's not like anything in particular. So my question is, are they if the players kill minions to get gold, does that also mean they're actually mining cryptocurrency while they're playing?
I don't think so. I mean, to me, it just looks like it's just, to me, it sounds like it's just brand placement. I mean, it's like in the Spider-Man games, the older style Spider-Man games, where you would have advertisements for like Taco Bell, AMD,
Mm-hmm. So it's
or
just more
like
of a it's just more of a sponsorship thing, basically.
yeah, yeah. It sounds like that. It's just that like it's kind of like, hey, we partnered up with FTX. You know, we're gonna change all of our
Endorsing
gold
cryptocurrency.
all of our gold icons to the FTX logo
Huh.
or something similar to that nature. It sounds like that's what's going on. It doesn't sound like they're actually trying to um they're trying to say, oh yeah, all of our competitors are cryptocurrency mining and stuff like
Mm-hmm.
that. No. No, it just sounds like
Interesting.
it might just be a brand placement kind of thing.
There's
Like, I
another art.
mean,
There was another article about it, but I'm not gonna like try to reread and understand it. So I guess essentially they're just so the TLDR is they partnered up with a cryptocurrency company and stuff like that. Apparently, is what it sounds like. So all right, cool. I guess I don't know. That's just something that came across. I'm just gonna move it right along because the weather's honestly making me super tired. It's gonna end up being a short episode of the Morning Metro, quite honestly. Um, Another esports insider.com one again surrounding League of Legends, this time from the LCE region. Uh, League of Legends European Championship has entered a data partnership with German software company SAP for the 2021 summer playoffs. As part of the deal, SAP will collaborate with LCE Stats team to create new statistics segments during the summer playoffs. SAP will also provide insights into the performance of fan favorite. I love how they spell favorite with an OU, because usually we spell it in America without the U. So I just noticed that. LCE players, including how they rank against an average of overall pro players in multiple situations, i.e., team completion, player performance rewards, and objective taking. SAP will join fellow summer playoff sponsors, including MasterCard. Laris Lamade, head of global sponsorship at SAP, said, with our experience in in-game analytics and MOBA genre, we are proud to now bring our knowledge of data and software to LCE, providing relevant context and new ways for League of Legends broadcasts, as well as delivering richer and more meaningful insights to audiences in a live stream. I think what they're referring to is after each match, the show host would like analyze the game and give you like different stat information and stuff. And apparently, SAP is just allowing them to have
yeah.
greater forms of insight and stuff, um,
Hmm.
which is kind of cool because League is a complicated game a little bit depending on how much you want to like dive into it. So being able to have a company that makes the game information more interesting and relevant is definitely a plus, obviously. Earlier this year, North American esports organization Team Liquid extended its partnership with SAP for the fourth time. The two entities have been partnered since 2018, and this experience has enabled SAP to work with LC Stats team since spring 2020. Zaya Nep Kaya, I don't know how you say these people's names, Senior Manager of Business Development and Partnership for Europe and Mena
Mina. Mina.
Mina at Riot Games also comment these names, dude. Please simplify your names for dyslexic people. There is no doubt SAP is a global powerhouse, and the company has carried over its vast knowledge, experience, and enterprise application software into our world of esports through this partnership. SAP engineers have been working tirelessly with our team to help innovate the visualization of statistics to further nourish our LCE storylines, giving an extra edge to every little bit of data. Very excited to welcome SAP as a summer finals partner to showcase the fruits of our collaborations to a wider esports community. And there's like a footnote here. Esports says, given the SAP and LCE teams have working together behind the scenes for some time, it is not surprising to see the company officially become an LCE sponsor. It will be interesting to see how SAP's technology and data add to viewing experience and how they will help players and team in game. That was a lot of information.
Yes,
Thoughts
it
about
was.
this?
So apparently it sounds like they're just partnering up to provide better analytics. Like, like kind of like a MLB kind of thing, like an MLB level, like how many people just sit
Mm,
down and number crunch like
mm-hmm.
a person's strikeout or foul
Yeah.
ratio and
Mm-hmm.
stuff like that. And I think this is going to give a good way into like the fantasy leagues for like eSports
Yeah.
and stuff like that. Like I think this is going to be really fun because
Mm-hmm.
I love playing fantasy sports.
Mm-hmm.
Like I do it for like professional wrestling, like WWE and All Elite Wrestling alongside Impact Wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
Like I enjoy doing that kind of stuff. Like it's fun.
Yeah,
So
definitely. So yeah, this would be really cool. And I feel like sometimes because I watch LCE and LCS, and it's really difficult for me to kind of keep up with some of this stuff and some of the data and what that all like amounts to. So it's really nice if they're able to add more information that makes the understanding and knowledge base of it like, kind of like more meaningful and stuff. So this will be pretty cool to see in the next couple of years. It sounds like, to see what improves and makes it more efficient and all that jazz. So yeah, good stuff. I don't know, was that all we had for, or did you have anything else? I'm out.
that's all I have.
I think we're gonna kind of make it a bit of a shorter than normal episode because,
Yeah.
one, I think the hot weather's just kind of burning us all out, really. Ha, burnout, lol. Although burnout's not actually funny, but lol, because it's hot. Um, yeah. Um, but anyway, yeah. So that's kind of it from, I guess, kind of it from us, from the Morning Metro. A little bit. We kind of threw the show together in a hurry, and because we're all busy and dealing with life, but it's fun. But anyway, so those of you who are listening via audio, again, thank you for listening, and please tell your friends about the show so we can kind of get more interest in it. And if you want to email us an article for us to talk about, you can email us at themorningmetro@gmail.com. Or if you're in a Discord community, we have an article submission channel to which you can contribute articles as well. So yeah, we'll see you guys next week. And Cappy, thank you again for being here. You can now finally say bye, and I won't cut you off this time
Bye.
because I always end up cutting him off when he says bye, and then I'll say bye. And so that's that. All right, so see you guys, and have a good weekend. Bye.